though Torts wanted to just jumpstart your game?
No, not at all. And I know it got taken that way, but obviously stuff gets blown out of proportion a little bit. But Torts was asked a question, and he answered it. And I've learned, through playing in Montreal, that when things like that happen and when they get blown out of proportion, it makes you closer. And I had a lot of good talks with Torts since then. That wasn't his intention. I know people probably felt it was. But, it's exhibition games, and that's what they're used for, is to get you going. And I wasn't going, like I said, the first two. I didn't feel good about my game, but I felt good in the third. So that's the right time to peak, and hopefully I can carry that over into the regular tournament.
When you say story blown out of proportion, do you have others in mind? Like other stories that have been blown out of proportion?
Ask me a specific question, and I'll answer it.
Well, there's been rumblings earlier this week from one radio station that Michel Therrien, off the record, would have made negative comments about you. Obviously, you've heard about that.
Yeah.
When you hear a story like that, how do you react? Well, how do you position yourself?
Well, first off, there's worse lists to be on. A list of the Montreal Canadiens captains is a pretty good list to be on, but at the same time, it's unfortunate that someone would make something like that up. But just like the situation that I spoke about earlier, it brings us closer together, and having that approach of handling it the right way. This team is I promise this team is going to be on board, and everyone's going to be on the same page this year, and this is a small example of it. I've spoken to the coach many times. I've spoken to him since then. I've spoken to players on the team, and we're all on the same page. We're going to show that this year, that we're all on the same page, coaches, management, players. And like I said, it's unfortunate that something like that would get made up and would catch fire and spread. But like I said, at the same time, it's gonna make all of us closer together if we handle it the right way.
Like you just said, I spoke to the coach since then, so you had a good talk with Michel.
I talk to the coach very often. I talk to management very often. I talk to players very often. So, this is something that's obviously not true. And yeah, I've talked to everybody since then. And I'm not going to sit here and pout and say I wish it didn't happen. It is unfortunate. It's not something that I want to have to deal with. But I'm at the stage now where I've been in Montreal for 8 years, and I know there's right ways to handle this and there's wrong ways to handle this. And the right way to handle it is to be positive and use it the right way to have us be closer together. And the conversations that you have with people after a situation like that aren't just normal conversations. They're ones that bring you closer together, because they tend to be a little bit more emotional, and you tend to speak from the heart a little bit more. So whether it's with the coach, management, or other players, everyone seemed to have my back, and that makes you feel closer as a group.